Hey family, what's good? This is Sugar Girl and the Bronze Goddess, and it's time for another strawberry letter. Let's go get them. Let's get right into it. I'm a 22-year-old university student studying for my BA. I've always been told that I'm wise beyond my years, and I consider myself an old soul. I met my ex when I was 19 and he was 29 on a double date gone wrong. Since he was supposed to be my friend's date, but at the end of the night we gravitated towards each other. Long story short, we split up last year due to the fact that he was starting his own business, and I decided not to sit around and wait for him to get his stuff together. What? We remained friends during the year, although I cut off communication at the beginning. I have grown a lot since then, learned about myself, and in our time apart. Lately, I've noticed that he's been contacting me more frequently and even apologized for the way things ended. His life is better now. He owns his own business and he's looking into buying a house sometime soon. We've recently reconnected and I spent some time with him in person. We did not sleep together. It's still a little bit early to tell, but he's showing signs that he is a new man and talking about getting back together. He says he's in no rush. He doesn't mind taking things slow. He will be 32 this September. I'm skeptical. It hurt a lot to break things off, but I knew that I had to do what was best for me. During our relationship, we've always been friends. The only thing that bothers me still is that he sometimes is too busy with work and I feel neglected. A week would go by and I would get no contact from him. I know that to some people it seems like a red flag, but I know he's truly busy and doesn't mean to. He just gets preoccupied. Don't get it twisted. I have my own life, hobbies, and obligations that I attend to regularly. It's just sometimes I want more of his focus to be on me. Is that too much to ask? I've missed him terribly. This feels so right, and I'm trying not to jump into anything because I'm taking it slow. We haven't said I love you yet, and I feel like he's holding back. How do I get him to show me he's changed? Do I test him? If so, how do I do that? Okay. Thank you for reading. All right, so thank you so much for taking the time to write me this letter. I'm going to jump right into it. My first reaction when I was first reading your letter was, she tripping. Okay, you're talking about a man who is starting his own business, that cares for you, is wooing you, trying to show you that he's interested, and I see what you mean at the end of the letter when you're saying, oh, he's so busy with his business that he can't offer you time. And the only thing I really want to get through to you is you have to really pick your battles. You're not talking about somebody who mistreats you. You're not talking about somebody who, isn't showing interest, cheating on you, anything like that. He's busy trying to start a business which most likely he's trying to do so that he can better take care of you if you're the one he ultimately chooses. See, the main thing about men that you need to know is that a man will marry you when he is good and ready. Now, you may not be looking that far into the future, but a man has to be set up. He has to be financially secure. There has to be certain things that he has in place for him to take on the responsibility of you and possibly a family. It sounds to me, as a third party just looking at the situation, that he is trying to set up a life. He's pursuing you, but he's busy with this because whenever you're starting a business, in the beginning, it takes a lot of time. There is no such thing as a 9 to 5. It's 365, 24 hours a day because you are everything. You are your marketing team. You are your IT person. You are your customer service. You are everything. You're your manager. You're doing everything that it takes to get that business to run. He is preoccupied. You also said in the letter that you understand that he's busy, yet you know what's going on. It's, to me, I don't think that this is a huge deal. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think that it is wrong of him to neglect you, to go a week without calling you and contacting you, but you know what's going on with him. What I suggest that you do is to meet him halfway. I've read a lot of strawberry letters in the years that I have been doing this, and this guy actually sounds like a really good guy. Yes, he's not giving you as much time as you need, but you can work on that. Everything is not going to be perfect. If you're expecting unicorns, rainbows, and glitter, then you are in for a huge disappointment. That's not what love is. Love sometimes is work. Sometimes you have to roll up your sleeves and get in there and make it work. Like I said before, my husband, when he was trying to court me, he was going to school during the day and working security at night, and he had to squeeze me in. I wasn't like, when you're too busy with school, so I'm gonna just leave you alone. Like, I knew what he was trying to do. That's what you call a man with potential. He's working. He's trying to establish something that in the long run, if he chooses you, could greatly benefit you. So you gonna let him go for that? Like, girl, if he's busy with work, why can't you help him with that? Why don't you say, you know what, if you're gonna be at the office, how about I meet you there for lunch? How about, and after, or how about I bring you coffee? How about I bring a blanket and a picnic basket, and we can have lunch on the floor of your office on your lunch break or whatever. How about you work with him? Don't get me wrong, a man should definitely woo you, and it sounds like he's trying to. He's trying to squeeze you in his busy life and his busy schedule. But maybe you have to take some initiative here. This is a good man to me. You can work with this. He's still trying. After all this time, he's still trying to include you into his life. And I feel like you're like, you know what, it's not good enough. And I don't get that often. I don't get that often with these strawberry letters. I normally get women who are scratching and clawing and begging a man, you grabbing at his darn ankles, please stay, please be with me, please be mine. That's what I normally get in these strawberry letters. So it is refreshing to me to have somebody like, he's interested and he's trying to set up a life. Let him. Sometimes you have to do your part. Like I said, you know, I'm gonna give you another, just a little sharing a little personal tidbit. When my husband and I first got together, I was making more money than him because he wasn't working in the field in which he had his degree, and I was. By the time he had been like out of school, maybe a year or so or something like that, and I had been in my career about 8 or 9 years. So I was making more money than him, but he still came up with the most incredible dates. He knew that I loved the movie Love Jones, one of my favorite movies, Darius Love Hall and Nina Mosley, the crescendo. But anyway, he knew I loved that movie, so I remember here in Atlanta, the Magic Johnson Starbucks, which I believe is off of Cascade Road, would have spoken word. I think it was the first Saturday of every month they would have spoken word. They gave you a very Love Jones vibe. That was free. We would get in there early and listen to the poetry. He would buy me a cup of coffee. It wasn't a whole lot of money, but I saw what he was going with it. He was still using what he had to try to woo me. We would have picnics in the park. We would watch the fireworks in the park. We did all of these different things that were creative because he was trying to work with me. That, and coupled with the fact that he was in school sometimes, you know, whatever. So sometimes you have to meet a man halfway. I knew he couldn't offer me, you know, fancy dates, but I saw his potential. I saw that he was trying. Sometimes you have to reward the man for the effort. Some of you may disagree with me, but if you've been watching my strawberry letters, this don't sound like a bad guy. You can work with that. You can say, okay, I know that you're busy during the week, but at least on the weekend, can we spend time on the weekend? Can Friday nights be date night? Can you agree to call me or text me at least once a day? You can work with this. If he truly cares about you, he'll be more than willing to work with you. But he has amazing potential. And if you let this go, a woman will snatch him up. Because this is not a huge deal. This is doable. He's not cheating. He doesn't have, you know, 5 or 6 kids by 5 or 6 different women, or it's not a huge thing. It is a very workable, a very fixable issue that if you just work with him, you can't expect him to do everything. A relationship has to be 100-100. You may have to put in your 100. He's working, he's trying, you know, let him come up with date ideas, but you got to work around that. You have to be more creative. Sometimes opportunities won't present themselves to you. Sometimes you have to make opportunities for yourself. Can we get together every Saturday night? Can you come over for dinner? When is your slow day? Can we go out for coffee? If we can't do dinner because you're busy, can we do coffee? Can we do lunch? Can we do breakfast? Can you take me to IHOP? You know what I'm saying? Can you take me to Cracker Barrel? Cracker Barrel pancakes with the apples on the top? With the whipped cream? Girl, you can be creative. What is your slowest day? Let's make that day our day. And we spend all day together. When can you carve out some time? Or have you even expressed to him how much this is important to you? You know what? I really expected to date. I expected to be courted. And if you can't thoroughly court me, then I can't have this. I really want to feel like I'm important to you. I understand that your business is also important to you, but you got to show me that I'm worth it, that you're willing to spend time with me, and make him carve out the time, but you may also have to meet him halfway. At least that's my opinion on the situation. I don't think this is a deal breaker. There is a distinct difference between a man with flaws and a man with a deal breaker. This does not seem like a deal breaker to me. This is something that is workable, that's fixable. Because let me tell you one thing. When it's a long story, but I had to move back home for a while, and my husband and I, he wasn't my husband at the time, he was just a dude that I was dating at the time. He wasn't my husband yet, but we were separated for like a year and a half. And when we got back together, I could not believe that he was still single. I was like, get out of here, you can't still be single. I said every woman, to myself, every woman who had an opportunity with you and let you go is a fool. You're a degreed professional, no kids. You're an amazing person. You're an amazing son. You have the potential to be a great father. You're a great friend. Every woman who dated you was a fool who let you go. That's what I thought. And I don't want you to feel like that about him, because he's trying to set up a life for you, or whoever he's going to be in a relationship with. And if that's you, look what he's trying to do. It won't always be like this. This is the business is in its embryonic stage. And when something is so new, you have to be there to baby it. A business is like a baby. You have to baby it and nurture it and take care of it. But the older it gets, the more independent it will be. And then possibly he can hire someone who will take over. And hire someone to do some of the responsibilities that he's taking on all by himself. But you have to decide if this relationship is worth fighting for. And if you think that it is, then fight for it. Do what you have to do. Get in there. Work with him. Let him know that you're willing to work with him to work on you as a couple. And then see where it goes. But when you're talking about, I'm waiting for him to get his stuff together, I'm thinking you're talking about he got another, he's fresh out of a relationship, or he's looking for a job, or... This sounds like a good man to me. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Y'all let me know. Please leave your comments and your responses in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I could be tripping. Opinions are like belly buttons. Everybody has one. This just happens to be my opinion. I think he's a good guy. I think she should work with him. And I think that, I don't want her to regret letting this good guy go, because another woman would snatch him up like an eagle snatches a piece of fish out of the sea. Okay? Anyway, girl, that is it. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Till next time. Later, divas and dudes. Deuces, honey.